Happy Halloween, everyone. Ilphonic Halloween, they've posted a thing. It's going over the single player. I haven't touched any of this. We're going to be reacting and finding out all of this together. So let's go ahead and dive in.
The iconic 1978 film Halloween hauntingly tells the story of a small child who viciously murders his older sister Judith on Halloween night in 1963. After spending 15 years at Smith's Grove Sanitarium,
yo, that art.
Actions, Michael Myers plots his escape and begins his blood-soaked journey back to Haddonfield, Illinois.
Okay.
This is where our single-player story mode begins.
Oh,
players take the role of Michael Myers.
That's where it begins.
Critical moments of the night he came home from an entirely different perspective. How did Michael manage to escape from Smith's Grove Sanitarium? What actually happened at Phelps' garage? And how did the truck end up abandoned on the side of the road?
Okay.
These are just
my god.
questions that players will get first-hand answers to.
Look at the game.
Supplemental story content that complements the original John Carpenter classic.
Uh-huh. Okay, there is more. We're going to be revisiting that footage. So we know that the story starts after his escape. I believe that's what they said. Hold on, let's...
Incomprehensible actions.
Hey, this is Stalky Boy slightly from the future. Just a little bit more. I've reviewed the footage. I was really excited and all of these details were being thrown at me, so I didn't quite soak it in as much as I should have. But there is a line that basically says, it asks the question, how did Michael escape the sanitarium? So I assume that means that is an answer that will be revealed here. So I'm thinking that is where the single player mode is going to start, is you as Michael escaping the sanitarium, which I think that's the perfect way to start the story. I think that's fantastic. I mean, either that or killing Judith, either would have been fine. I think this is a great, exciting way to start it.
Grove Sanitarium. What actually happened at Phelps' garage?
Oh my god, hold on. I need it. Become big. Oh my god, look at that! Dude, that art is so cool! This is so cool! I hope there's a higher quality of this, but let's click on this. Let's click on this before we get all excited, okay? Allow, you can use all of the cookies you want. Alright. More details on what players can expect from single-player story mode in Halloween. Ilphonic has established a story legacy of developing an asymmetrical multiplayer horror titles that pit groups of would-be victims against imposing antagonists from beloved IP. While these multiplayer-driven fundamentals remain critical to the design philosophies of the studio, Halloween marks a confident venture into the realm of more traditional single-player story content. That is awesome. We already knew that, but just to hear them say a traditional single-player, not just like single-player chat. This is a story mode, which we kind of already knew, but some people had their doubts. The team was thrilled to unveil their upcoming horror experience and share a first look at gameplay with players in recent months, but it wouldn't be a proper Halloween celebration without a little treat. Here's more details on what players can expect from the single player mode in Halloween. Is this the same? Can we, hold on, okay, awesome. Let's watch this in the highest quality. Sick. Let's get a nice rewatch. Turn that up.
Hauntingly tells the story of a small child who viciously murders his older sister Judith on Halloween.
Oh, that looks great.
1963. After spending 15 years at
you can see the art much better.
Incomprehensible actions, Michael Myers plots his escape and begins his blood-soaked journey back to Haddonfield, Illinois.
Okay.
This is where our single-player story mode begins. Players take the role of Michael Myers and experience the critical moments of the night he came home from an entirely different perspective. How did Michael manage to escape from Smith's Grove Sanitarium? What actually happened?
I love that art.
And how did the truck end up abandoned on the side of the road? These are just a few of the burning questions that players
I love
answers to
what this looks like graphically, artistically. I'm a big fan.
The original John Carpenter classic.
Oh, I cannot wait. Okay, let's read more of this. Let's read more of this, shall we? The iconic 1978 film hauntingly tells the story of a small child who viciously murders his older sister on Halloween night in 1963. After spending 15 years at Smith's Grove Sanitarium for his incomprehensible actions, Michael Myers plots his... Wait, is this just... This looks like it's just the commentary in the trailer. Ooh. Okay, I see some new stuff. I think here's where the new stuff starts. These are just a few of the questions that players will get first-hand answers to as the team aims to provide supplemental story content that complements the original John Carpenter classic, in addition to reliving unforgettable film moments with familiar faces. Familiar faces, that has to mean, like, I feel like that is a soft confirm that the girls are in it. Annie, Linda, Lori. I hope. The single-player story mode in Halloween will also feature new locations and scenes, introducing our brand new cast of Haddonfield civilians who served. Okay, so we're gonna get story beats with the characters that we'll be playing as, well, playing against in the single player. That's awesome, and that makes sense since it says that there was like a line of text saying that they had witnessed Michael's wrath. That was in the first gameplay trailer. That's right. So they saw what Michael does through the single player campaign, and that's why they have that preconceived knowledge as to who this character is and why they're wanting to warn other people. I'm guessing what's going to happen is the single player is going to do its really cool, awesome thing, and the end of the single player campaign, that's where the multiplayer picks up. I'm guessing that's where it is. Like, it'll be like you can continue the story, quote unquote, through the multiplayer. That is your continuation. These reimagined Halloween story sequences are told through a series of defined single-player chapters, so full-on chapters with captivating in-engine cinematics and gripping narration provided by Dr. Samuel Loomis. Ilphonic remains committed to delivering a compelling and authentic Halloween single-player offering that matches the meticulous cadence of the original film, while empowering players to help shape the narrative. Ha! I see what she did there. That's cute. That's cute. This sounds like you can change the story, though. Shape the narrative. So multiple endings, awesome replay value. I love to hear that. To further exemplify the team's sandbox-driven gameplay goals and encourage replayability, that word sandbox, that's like telling you'll have the freedom to do different things. Encourage replayability. The single-player story mode in Halloween will feature several difficulties. That is awesome! Optional objectives, awesome. Secret collectibles, amazing. We already knew about the collectibles. I love this Oh, I love this. Oh, we gotta beat the story mode on like the hardest difficulty, best ending. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, and even multiple endings that are determined by the actions players take throughout the homecoming. That is incredible. That is awesome. This is music to my ears. Oh, I love all of this. I love all of this. Beyond supplying fresh twists to pivotal Halloween events, the single-player story component of the game is designed to help prepare players to become the ultimate Michael Myers before they jump into online multiplayer matches. The team is excited to share and show more at a later date, but for now, have a safe and scary Halloween and keep an eye out for the boogeyman. That is awesome. That is cool that we finally have a confirmation as to what we can expect from the single-player campaign. That's awesome. Let me read that again. Several difficulties, optional objectives. That's great. I don't really know if there's too much else to say. I believe that's everything. But that is a nice little update. I'm glad that we finally fully know what this is. Of course, now it's just how many chapters is it going to be? How long of a game is it going to be? I like that there is a heavy focus on replay value. That is incredible. I just hope that maybe, at bare minimum, I'd like to see about 4 hours, a 4-hour campaign. And if there's a heavy focus on replay, I mean, there's already like the multiple objectives, the separate difficulties. So obviously you can just go back and play through on all the different ones. We could try speed running it eventually. That could be pretty fun. Give ourselves our own challenges. I just hope it isn't incredibly short. I don't want it to be like below 4 hours. I'm not expecting anything insane. It would just be nice to at least have 4 hours of gameplay. If it has about that much, I think that's the happy amount. I'll be very, very happy. But that's it. What do you guys think of the single player content that's just been revealed? Subscribe for more Halloween news. I'll definitely be covering more. Happy Halloween. Stay safe out there and take care.